Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Back with another one. This is the Daily Hump Dump, the 21st edition. And yes, 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 it's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. And we got to see what's going on here. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. This happens all the time. He's suing me because okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see what's going on here. That's what I did. Show more. Y'all give me 1 second. Because they reformat this all the time. Let's see something real quick. Let's see something real quick. All right. Yeah, it's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. I know we had last week we had like I think we had snow down here in Georgia where I reside at. But it's wild. It's like a mini so-called mini vacation and shit like that. And yeah, I wasn't able to record during a Martin Luther King holiday. I was busy and I was doing all that. Apologize for that. But you'll get one this week. Talk about something different, changes. So the inauguration's official. Or sworn in, they would say, right? Sworn in. Let's see something real quick. Yeah, sworn in. Oh yeah, y'all got it right now. But yeah, it's it reminds me when I was in the workplace when the other candidate won. I mean, I think the last term of Obama was kind of hectic. I'll never forget this. The first term, it's kind of crazy. I just saw River TV's video about the new law about the child support thing. They said a lot of people try to say it's rumored. I don't think it's rumored. I think he's been wanting to do this stuff for what's going on, Khalil, to um about the men receiving tax returns from the child support like equal, not like 50-50, but like he gets to receive payment for that for his children instead of the other one like they do in the past. So Tennessee, like where I originally from, has something like that in place about the DNA stuff. I think he saw that, and me personally, and all the people saw this. I think he was going to do something like that in the federal government. Now, Trump's going to do some outrageous shit. Now, the immigration, I don't believe him because that's going to take time. House got to vote on that. I know he's got it in place in Illinois and New York. Now, that's what they're going to eventually do that. But it's a process. You don't know how he's going to do it. So he ain't been in there a couple of days, but I give it about the end of this month and next month. You're gonna see some changes. Like I told y'all this on the last stream. It's gonna be a little different. Now we get to see what's what now. What's gonna happen this fall and what in the new spring, and you're gonna see some differences. We got to see that now. Elon Musk, they trolling him with the hand gesture and all that. That I think he was trolling the people and triggered some people. And I think I'm not a pro Elon Musk over here. I'm not pro Musk over here whatsoever. But I understand why he did that. And that just shows you that, yeah, you got oligarchs in there. I didn't vote for these guys. I didn't care for them. But in reality, I've noticed that people are upset with the things going on. But this is life, and TikTok is finally been restored. I knew it wasn't going to get banned. This was Trump's idea. Shouts out to Soul Illuminati breaking it down that, yes, he wanted to ban. Everybody knew. But when he saw if TikTok would have got banned, they would have lost billions and billions of dollars. Those new jobs that Trump saw, he's all hell no. He wanted that money. The only reason it had nothing to do with protecting children. That had a lot to do with money. And I'll tell you why. It had nothing to do with Chinese data and all that. It had a lot to do with money because TikTok was the only platform that rivaled Instagram, destroyed Instagram, but tried to rival YouTube. Will never rival YouTube because YouTube is mainstream media now. But when you look at TikTok, a lot of people's data's on there, and it costs a lot of billions of dollars in money. And that's the only thing I can say about his presidency. And you see the big difference. The difference between what he's done from his first term, it was all about him. Now, a lot of people say he's not a puppet. Well, you don't know that. He's always been a puppet to certain elites, yeah. But I'm just saying, be careful. He's not the guy that he once was. He's getting older. He'll be 80 next year. It's a record, right? And I'm not surprised that people voted for him. And I'm not surprised that I said this would side with him. This is not something that you're going to get upset over. He's the type of guy that you look at and just say, "Oh, this guy's for real." And I'm not saying that to be flagrant here. I'm just saying that he's the type of guy that you see that you don't see all the time. Now, he's just as bad as the oligarchs you see in the past. He's got money. He's known for money, and he's not going to able to do the things that he wants to do. But Trump understands that it's a business end of the day. He has to understand the military industrial complex world in America. He wants it a certain way, whether you like it or not. He wants things a certain way. I get it, but why in the hell would anybody trip over it? I wouldn't. It's just he's the type of guy that is going to be out there. Get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that he's the guy that you would want. He's the guy that you would say, look at this big difference thing. But you gotta understand he's the type of guy that you would like, okay, he's gonna dominate whatever. But you gotta understand that this is the world we in. Now, sports is very interesting. I know you already know who's the conference champs and not in the conference championship. You got a young quarterback and you got the Eagles. Now, this is a right around the president's thing, and I know he's involved in sports because he used to own sports called USFL. Not surprised what's going to happen. Yeah, I saw those games. I thought this was from the divisional playoff. I saw Cam explain it, and just like Michael Irvin said, I watched what it is shot, and I like Michael Irvin. He breaks down why the game is what it is. He understands that boy in Washington, that kid they thought CJ Stroud was son, that's like the second straight year that the Texans, or shall I say the third straight year, lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs in this run, like the second straight year. What the hell is wrong with Houston? Houston ain't got no team. They might as well not go to the playoffs or readjust their players or whatever. It's gonna be very different next year. I'll tell you that right now. But the Eagles, they back from the previous and what you saw their second Super Bowl run, the Chiefs, the first Super Bowl run, the Chiefs, they had no business. They won that. Their second run, they won against the Eagles. The Eagles should have won that one. That would have been their second, technically second bowl game, but they have 4 league championships. If you do the research on the Wikipedia, you'll understand they have 4. And see, if you count all the championships, the merge and all that, that's all part of the NFL. Now, the modern day way of looking at championships. Everybody's going by bowls. I get it, but that's not standard. That's bowl championships in the modern era. But if you want to talk about league championships, they do have more. They just got 2 bowls, and the 3 were NFL World Championship in football. That's a little different back then. Now, if you fast forward, they got a Super Bowl. Now, I remember that Super Bowl too. I was in the workplace at the time, and Patriots fans was talking shit. As soon as I came on to work, and my Eagles won, I was rubbing in their face. I didn't give a damn. I don't care about Tom Brady now. This is when Brady was playing. Amazing, wasn't it? Now, the Lions did not disappoint me. The Lions are just one of those teams, and they had the same team they did last year, but the Commanders, everybody knew they was going to beat them. I'm not surprised by the upset, and they believed themselves. Now, the Commanders did beat them. They beat the Eagles at their home area regular season. That's regular season. Now, the Eagles beat them at their place regular season. They're split. Now, this game is going to be very interesting. I do not see the kid performing like he did Sunday, this coming Sunday. And I just don't see the Commanders going to win that. But me personally, everybody wants them to win. But I just saw the Pat McAfee show today. He said the Super Bowl is like red and green, and they try to make a prediction. You heard what he said, red and green. When I heard him say that, I said, oh, shit. So they want a rematch from the previous Super Bowl from the Eagles and the Chiefs again. That's a possibility. And I'm saying this because, yeah, you got Saquon and this, and they think Josh Allen's going to upset Patrick Mahomes and the Taylor Swift thing. Well, I'm not going to get into that, but I'm just saying what they said on that show. Y'all can go watch, or if y'all have it recorded or whatever, you can go watch it on YouTube TV or whatever. I'm saying that that's pretty much accurate. I mean, if you see that, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign for the people that's watching. If you're a diehard fan of this NFL corporation, you're going to learn that that's going to be common amongst people. You got to understand that this stuff is nothing to play with. Like, since gambling's in sports, you can't stop it. I understand that people betting odds is wild and all this other stuff, and then you expect it. And I dozed off a little earlier. Got up, I'm all right, ate good, and I'm in good shape. But when you look at things like that, you just don't really look at the big picture of what we're saying right now. So I'm looking at it like this. If Josh Allen upset this Chiefs team, it's kind of like I saw Gilly had a live stream watching the game regular season. This is the Eagles and the Bills, and then the Eagles beat the Bills. Finally, it was a close game. In my mind, I thought that was going to be a future Super Bowl, but that was the year that the 49ers went and the Chiefs. So I'm not surprised if they play the Eagles again. But it's going to be interesting because I got to see on the AFC side. NFC, I already know the Eagles going to beat the Commanders. Commanders ain't going to have a chance. The Commanders has a lot of inexperienced players. They've never been to the Super Bowl. The lights is going to get them. I do like the quarterback. They try to say he's like Magic Johnson. That's reaching from Cam. He said it on the show. He was saying that prematurely, and that was just dumb for saying that. No, yeah, now you're going to fuck up his head. He going to get exposed, but he's a good quarterback. But he going to get exposed. He's got weaknesses in this game. He's got good solid upside, but he's got weaknesses in this game. I'm just keeping it real. Because when you have a guy like that, you really got to look at what you're doing. So it's going to be very interesting. You got Washington, Philadelphia, and you both got Buffalo and Kansas City. Buffalo, Kansas City can play very well in the cold. Buffalo has no issue. That's gonna be a fun game. We gotta see what Josh Allen gonna do. I'm gonna watch that. That's like what at 6:30. I'm definitely watching that. That AFC Championship game. I'm definitely watching. I'm definitely watching one with the Commanders and the Eagles. That one I will definitely watch. That's at 3:00. That's the Eastern time. I know everywhere else where y'all is Central or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. That's gonna be important because that is the games I'm gonna see. And the Super Bowl's on the 9th of February. So, it's pretty It's pretty good. Pretty interesting times. It's been going on. Then I'm just talking sports random. This is current event talk, like we always talk about on the daily hump dump, and then the beginning with yes, we talk about YouTube content creators and talk about various people I've watched and seen and all that. So, I'm just gonna get into the formalities here. NBA, I've been watching the Pistons. They've been doing very well with JB Bickerstaff, and I like the Pistons more than anything. That's my favorite Eastern Conference team. I hope y'all don't know that. Even though I love the Bulls growing up, yeah, Jordan and them. I'm a Bulls guy through and through when it comes to Eastern Conference. But the two teams that I like the most out of that division is them and Detroit. I always like the Pistons and from the '80s and all that. I got a lot of Eastern Conference teams I like to watch and love to see. But my favorite always gonna be Detroit. I like watching them most than all the teams that I've watched. Cleveland, I don't believe them. That's regular season. They'll get exposed in the playoffs. They have a good record, but that don't mean they're the best team in the East. I'm just gonna keep that right now. It's still Boston. Boston's the champs. You got to throw them their second seed. And yes, the Knicks and the Celtics. That's gonna be a semifinals game. It's possibly because they ain't gonna win no championship. I'm just gonna keep it real. The Knicks are gonna be the Knicks. You got Cat. Y'all won the short term, long term. Minnesota won. They won the long term, and I had to disagree with the LDBC on this one. Minnesota's in good shape, even though they're ninth in the West, but they're in good shape. They can win some games. It ain't over. The Kings is up and up. Doug Christie's helping that team out. Still, really good teams in the West. You got the Thunder, the Nuggets playing well, Grizzlies playing well, Rockets playing well, Clippers playing well. Lakers are mediocre. If Lakers lose some games, which they will, because I don't trust JJ Redick. He's done a piss poor job how to beat teams. They ain't playing nobody. Their schedule's weak. Now, my dad's a Lakers fan for some many years, but Lakers are just another team like I don't see going through. They just won't be in the playing tournament. They're not serious about that. No, I still got Dallas. I still got Sacramento and even the other teams more than ahead of the Lakers. They ain't got nobody. The record looks mediocre right now. This is early in the season. But the injury's gonna come. That's part of the game. Spurs got a long way to go. This is early until difference makers make the games. I'm just keeping it real, man, because that's when it start getting heating up. Denver's looking good. I've lost them last night, and they beat the 76ers, and it's pretty noticeable. And I saw New York beat the Nets last night, so that's pretty noticeable. Saw that on TNT, and Shaq and them say what they said, but then he talked about the Vince Carter play. I remember that years ago. He hit him hard trying to dunk on him. I think I remember that game too. I remember seeing that. Yeah. The Knicks and the Nets, that was a good game. I saw that. The 76ers, that Yabu it's what's his name? Yabu Swaley or whatever his name is from the Sixers. He's good. He's a stocky, stout forward from the Sixers. He played decent in that game with Jokic. But they blew him out 144 to 109. I saw that. And yeah, Lakers blew out the Wizards. They're the worst team in the Eastern Conference right now. Tell you, it's the NBA, man. It's one of those things. NBA just I keep up with it for years and years, and they still have not faltered one bit. I've been busy on other things and things like that. Hey, what's going on, APTV? Salute, as always. When it comes to foreign policy, absolutely right. Yeah, when it comes to the China stuff, yeah, I agree with that. That is when you're going to see him do his most work. It's going to be the financial aspect. The foreign policy is where the money is. That's how you get your economics right, and then he'll totally. They said it's going to be peace in the world. What Trump's trying to do is cut down on going over there to the stronghold all the time. That's just how people are going to look at it. A lot of things change. The internet's going to be very different. People watching you more and more now than ever. And I'm just saying, like, you got to be mindful of what you put out and things like that. Yeah, these reaction channels, like, shouts out to what's his name, Laz and them. They're funny. What you call it, the Night Talk, Steve. I know he's in betweener, but he said something about the steroid thing. That's a real issue, and it's an epidemic. And I'm not gonna get into that because I know the history of steroids and things like that. It's different levels to it. He covered it, and he never took steroids like I predicted. I could tell he's naturally got all them tattoos, and he's not even that ripped. He just he just semi bulky, but he's got some body fat on him. I could tell based on how he's sitting in that chair. And that's just Steve. And then you got other ones like MABW. He tries to say he's I don't support that MGTOW a lot, so I'm just gonna tell you keep real. But he's got a good channel. He said men against bitter women, right? Or should I say bitter females? He should have called himself MABF instead of W. Called men are bitter females. That's what I would call his acronym. But he said he's frugal outside of YouTube. But shouts out to him. I mean, he's hilarious too. But I like the fact that he critiques the Kendra G show. He's got a good amount of following. He's got some stuff that resonates with certain people. And I'm just not saying that he's bad. You know, he's decent, but he gets to show you who he is, what he's about, and it's just showing, you know, defensive coordinator. I just heard Aaron Glenn. I heard that from the Pat McAfee show, and you know how that is. Derek Lively. That's who they need. Uh, it just goes to show you, like, you know, reaction channels, they are characters. And I meant to say about saturated content, about podcasts holding females accountable. It's a waste of time, bro. But I understand. But shouts at the dudes that's trying hard not to let that get to their heads and all that other stuff. Appreciate them for that. We're just getting out of that bursted pipe zone, like 20, 21 degrees and all that, you know. Yeah, but I'm not gonna do that when it's 36 outside, 30 low. Now we're good. We're just gonna leave the pipes. The pipes are good. It ain't gonna freeze. We'll get out of that freezing temperature. Yeah, we're gonna get out of that. I'm gonna leave the pipes alone. They should be fine. I ain't gonna let it drip. Old as the house is we that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's a lifestyle that, you know, but Pat McAfee show, he has a good show on YouTube TV. And I see why he's popular on YouTube with his podcast. And he's a punter that used to play for the Colts. He also played in the NFL, but he also he knows his football. Damn sure knows his football more than wrestling. But that's the type of guy that you listen to. He's better than most of these sports guys. I'm just keeping it real. Yeah. It's been a lot going on, but you know, not talking too much, but yeah, the internet's been bland lately. But you know, I think Vegas is having some type of award show. I saw one of these models that used to do the adult entertainment stuff, and she said she's boycotting the AVN Awards. You know, she's well known on the net. Y'all know who she is. She got the big old butt and try to claim she independent. She's a mess. But I ain't gonna mention that. Y'all can figure it out who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the one that has the pink hair, but there's so many ebony stars in her rank. She's well known and she light skinned, but you know, she was trying to boycott the AVN. She didn't win last year because they picked certain ones. That AVN was rigged to certain individuals. I'm trying to tell you, that's the name of their game. It's a lot of broken people out here, and I laugh at them. And it's just like it goes to show you that you can't rely on award shows, any award shows that matter. If there's politics in it, it's politics and everything. But just like in sports, you got to look at the things like that. Now, the so-called manosphere, it's already been dead for like I'll say 2021. These dudes trying to use talking points that don't matter. They said, "Oh, I'm red pill." They're not red pill. They was blue pill the whole time. Red pill started years ago. People's underground with it now. It's no need because you got Trump in office. You got it's going to be very different. Content's different, and the child support thing. I think they're going to. A lot of people say it's rumor. I don't know if it's going to be rumored or not because if it does come into law, I'm not surprised that Trump will implement that if he is going to implement that. Because if it's in the news and I see in the articles, yeah, that means the guy gets a fair share on his taxes. That's probably the only thing he'll do economically. He said he's helping black men. That's just one thing. Just like they said about he helped the one in Indiana. That's a real thing. I think he helped her once. That's the only thing he did. But outside of that, you got to do the work. That's basically what I'm saying. It's like don't expect another man in office do it for you. So I'm not trying to expect anybody to believe that, but I'm just saying that's how they get in office. So when you got guys online complaining about females all day, they're lame as hell. Like I understand that. I look at these reaction channels, they're funny. And most of these dudes that complain, a lot of them are simps and they try to say they ain't simps. No, you're simps too. It's two types. You got the ones that complain on the microphone, the ones that don't. I don't focus my content around females. It's just a waste of time. If you want to hold them accountable, I ain't gonna call you a simp for that. I'm just saying most of the times dudes be on these mics are simps and have them on the shows and shit. You can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. That's simp vibes to me because you supposed to be on point. The goal is not to let them uh run over you. So yeah, the simps are hurting right now. They always get their head knocked off. The streets always win at the end of the day. Simps don't run no damn streets. Always remember that. They're delusional. Just as bad as these females, and that's why they be getting their head gas. And people need to stop gatekeeping, then the world be a better place. That gatekeeping shit is for suckers, man. They don't care nothing about you. And they're beggars, not just gatekeepers. They beggars too. But yeah, I understand that people are just in here just to get attention and notoriety. And I mean, the prophet, he's been dropping a few streams there and there. I glanced a few. He'd be saying some off the wall stuff. I'll be listening to people online like that. They talk about females all day. Just glance to see what the drama's about. But I've been paying attention to X lately because you got a lot of females acting crazy over the Trump fiasco and all that. I just don't like the fact that people be lying what's going on. Yeah, I don't want to say AVN awards. That's just commonplace. I just saw that on the X feed, and I found it interesting. People do award shows for adult entertainment. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say on here, but I'm trying to be restricted to the rules. It's kind of crazy. And then people complain about. I don't complain about. Let them have their reward show. And then Just looking at what's going on. Like, how is y'all doing with these lame ass people be talking the same old shit like they did 3 years ago, man? Like, or should I say 4 years ago? Yeah, because I don't be paying attention to these spaces. A man called him Kent. He called him Kent T. That's crazy. Whew. Knock Cerberus. And then I have to look at the big thing and the big picture. So I'll suspend this because I got other things in mind. But like I was saying, like when you're talking about these things and then relationship content is kind of stale right now. I know River talked about the Trump thing and all that. I'm gonna find that right now. It You can go look at River TV where she talk about the bill that's gonna pass that hurts so-called single moms. And it's called Donald Trump sworn in and baby moms are fears a child support law they can have or something like that. That's the name of the video. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of people making content about Trump that's going to skyrocket. It is what it is. Space Marine. If I was playing that, D'Angelo Russell need to be quiet and just win some damn games. Why you trying to diss little biscuit? Let that man retire in grace. A rookie ladder. Got all types of content on here. The All Star game is probably February 14th. I'm gonna check that out and let y'all know about it. Talk about it too. I'll talk a little NBA there and then. I'm brushed on with the history. And it's just it is what it is. So you look at the things in the big picture, and I figured out for a while when people do this type of content, they just falter, But yeah, River TV, she mentioned that Only way you can do something about that child support thing, you have to be a participant. And I know that's a stretch, but it's a possibility. Yeah, they stopped abortion in the federal government. They stopped, made it illegal federally. But state determines that he let it say that's a state issue. A lot of people get upset with that. The government don't have to do nothing. Told you, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's feminism that run the world." They don't run nothing. I try to tell you, this world is utilitarian. They allow that type of stuff to happen, especially these men that created the system. See, y'all get it wrong when it's the women. It's that they ain't got no power. The only power they got is their other abilities and things like that. They said they're the gatekeepers. That they ain't gatekeepers or nothing. The only thing they gatekeep, these females gatekeeping, is a combination of a lot of things. We're gatekeepers, not just relationships, but conversations, how to deal with them. We're the gatekeepers of that. I wish people quit using the word intercourse and all that. That's not true. The quiet scat. We're the gatekeepers of that. We choose not to be with them or not. And that's why a lot of people get upset when I say that. And I always say that because everybody don't have the choices that they make. And people say, how the hell they're the gatekeepers and we're the main gatekeepers of that? We can stop impregnate them right now if Trump causes this new law, like with the child support thing. A lot of people think it's rumored. I don't think it's rumored. I think he'll do something like that, or he'll name it something else, knowing him, because he did something like this before when he first ran in his first term, and they tried to impeach him in the third year. I remember. Now this time it's going to be very different. It's going to be very different. You got Joe Rogan had Zuckerberg on a podcast and tried to retract his statement, said free speech. Ain't nobody want to be on Facebook. He looking for some money, an opportunity to protection. So you look at this stuff wildly and vividly, this stuff is wild and you get to it. So me understanding that, like, I'm not surprised where the world is going. Like, it's seeing its course. But me talking about it all the time, like, when you look at modern politics, you just look at it like, is this what we be doing? This is what we be doing. And I've been saying this stuff for some years, talk about different things, conversations, and you name it. But you got guys like Solo Illuminati break it down that, oh, they don't care about us. No shit. They've been doing it for years, and then y'all still gonna suffer. It's a process. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're doing. So I had to stretch my back for a minute. I said, damn, I don't want to get too fatiguey because I need something for that. I gotta fight that all the time. But you got still people believe that this thing can be saved and men and women can unite and all that. I don't see that. I mean, do what y'all do, enjoy it. Don't expect people to care about relationship topics and all that. They're good to talk about, to learning context and all that. Well, I see a lot of potential what's going on in the future. People getting their endeavors. But yeah, see a lot of good things happening. Your football's on track. And then you just look at what's the things to come. Now the It Is What It Is show, I kind of miss them. They came back this year and they had addressed a lot of things. And then, Jack's been on the road with information. And I'm just looking at it like, what in the world she got herself into? And it's just like, it is what it is. And you look at things like that and you be like, and real life street stars, they try to make a bag too. So it's kind of got addressed and whatever. But I'm just looking at it in a big picture way and things like that. But I'm trying to fight this fatigue, man. Whew, need some caffeine bad. Keep me from focus. Brain fatigue, but I'll be all right. I'll fight through this shit. I'm about to shave in the next hour. But this ain't gonna be like, it's gonna be a long hour. It's gonna be an hour like normal. When I start talking, I get in the flow of things. So we're 41 minutes in. That's a good thing. That's a great sign. Great sign. Great sign for getting into what I want to talk about. Yes, we look at politics, we look at sports and what's going on, and people talk about these things. But me personally, I say don't worry about the political aspect of this coming up year and this year, which you'll say like 2025. Just looking for the drama. And so Illuminati broke it down. He said it's gonna get worse out here, and and then TikTok supposedly supposed to be banned, but it's always, and then so says it's a weapon. It's already been a weapon since before the ban and before Trump knew. It has a lot of power. It has a lot of power that I might have. The power to change differences in people, and people try to promote information. A lot of people try to say they promote misinformation. Well, they apply that to X now because who runs it and all that. That's why these fake leftists, they're nothing but right wingers deep down. You can't trust none of them. Just putting that out there. But understand this, that's stopping it in the future. Then you got people talking about it long term and keeping it standard. Yeah, January is going to be busy. This is Aquarius season right now. I think it ends on the 19th of February, I believe. Start of Pisces season. I forget what Pisces season started, the 19th or something. But it ends on March 19th, and then Aries season starts on the 20th. Interesting. Or should I say the 11th house of the zodiac? February is going to be rough. This winter storm around the U.S. has been crazy. A lot of people try to blame it on GW. I'll say it's a mix of that. Most people don't believe in climate change. Some people do, some people don't. I definitely don't. And that's when Al Gore tried to run on years ago. Everybody. So that's people in mainstream media trying to push that, and people are not buying it. So I I understand that fact. You know, get these shoes off me right now. Put these on. Others try to put me to sleep. So yeah, like it's been a minute. Like I know you haven't seen me y'all in a minute and doing streams. It's been cold. I was gonna record outside. I said, nah, no, don't do that. I was gonna record the snow for y'all, or whatever. But that shit's wild. But you look at the big picture that I'm here now. And, I'll do some content and then whatever. This updates, or should I say, I call it. I won't call it something. Title it different. Speak my mind about. I might come up with something. I might come up with something because the historical streams, I'm good on those. It's not a lot to cover. Y'all can watch those anytime you want from last year, whatever. This I'm going to talk about a lot of saturated content. Talks about relationship content. I think the problem with relationship content creators, they don't last long. They don't have no input, and you got a lot of these sorry married, illiterate fucks. I can't stand. I cannot stand married folk online in general. I think they're weak and they put all their business out and they act stupid. My main purpose is like I'm anti that. Now, I ain't saying I'm pro marriage or I'm anti bullshit online. If you're online and you are married, I suggest you spend less time on the internet. And if you have kids and if you're trying to do this YouTube thing or any platform, my advice to you, just be a spectator. Now, if you do want to do content, try to help people, that's families, that's cool. Being groups, that's fine. But I'm saying in general, if you're just doing it the bullshit, don't do it. I don't recommend you do it because I recommend y'all stay in your lane and build other platforms. Now, TikTok is more accepting that family friendly BS. That's what TikTok basically is. They tried that shit in 2017 on YouTube and didn't work. People wasn't feeling that. Y'all gotta understand, people got different priorities. I see it for what it is. So, and you got the other married couple thing. Oh, I'm secure with my relationship. No, 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 no. If she step out, I won't hear y'all be simping because you can't say nothing what you used to say nowadays. They restrict you from saying a whole lot of stuff, especially if you're monetized with a family to check. Now, Laz, he's married. He never should show his wife on camera. They're gonna cook her for the rest of the time. Me personally, he's a decent dude. I know he's from Grenada, but man, don't ever put your wife on camera like that because then she gonna use that against you long term. See, these marriages don't last if you're online. Use it as a hobby. That's why I'm single because you got a lot of weirdos out there. And that's the thing. And that's how you gotta look at it, you know? But man, I think about 4 years ago when I started live streaming for the first time on my content, I feel vindicated what was going on. So yeah, I went through some hurdles, bounced back, got a platform, and stopped dealing with certain niggas that don't like me. So, so when you look at this big picture, like what I'm talking about is the future of what's going on in the country. A lot of things is happening. And I just saw ESPN with the Roy Woods guy, Jr. He's a Chicago Cubs guy. He told Stephen A. Smith the more annoying fan base he said is the other guy says the Cowboys. He said the Yankees, which is some truth there. But his thing, I don't think the Yankees are annoying. I think who's in baseball is annoying. With the agnostics, what he's talking about, I don't think that he's reaching on that one. I will say it could be the Dodgers. It could be a lot of teams. If you go sport by sport. who has delusional fan bases. It's a lot of them. Pick one. It's too many. And there you have it. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. Yeah, I just don't understand why people get in there. And if they say they're married, stay off the internet. That's my advice. You don't want people to know about your family. Stay off the damn internet. You know what I'm saying? Because that gets really annoying. Next person to say they married, I'm just not gonna fuck with you. I'm just gonna treat you. If you have good content, I'll subscribe to you. But I'm not gonna support you further. No, because married folk think they better than somebody. They're arrogant too. I treat these married people that's content creators all the same, bro. Because they have some sucker shit about them. And then a lot of these dudes, they marry these dudes that we see on camera. They're simps too. They always have a simp story. I don't have a simp story. I don't beg for attention. How you know about DMs and stuff? How you know all that? So that's simp behavior right there, one on one. That's why these females don't fuck with y'all. Y'all talk the most shit, but y'all ain't gonna do nothing to them. Y'all just talking. That's why y'all get a microphone, try to be like KS, and y'all ain't about that. He's a clown himself and got exposed and saw what happened to him. I never fucked with his channel, but his fans are nothing but tricks and bots, or bops, y'all would say. So, I just look at these people with a grain of salt. Now, if you're a person that's married, I understand, but I'm not throwing a shot at y'all. If y'all are not on no cloud chasing stuff, I'm cool with that. But you got a lot of them just they be on these podcasts, they be on these rants and all that. No problem. So- so- And that's how you gotta look at it. But married folk, they get on my last nerve on here, especially on this platform. I don't care if they on X or YouTube or any platform. I just and the arrogance of them, they always want to talk down to people. And my issue with them is they're not authentic. They damn selves. A lot of lies been told, and in the relationship game, I've been trying to tell y'all it's been dead for decades. This is way worse. I said, oh, the gay you niggas is late. It's been dead since 2012 when they try to put adult entertainment in the industry. So, you just look at things like that. And I'm looking at it like, why the hell they make those comments? To my relationship goals, and you gonna find the right one. What right one? Ain't none. And that's how you gotta see the big picture. You just go crazy and go with the flow, and then there it is. And it's been cold as hell out here, like for the past couple of days, and I'm enjoying it. It's relaxing, but the sun's out, don't melt the cold away. You know how it's run. Hey, what's going on, degenerate? Salute, salute. Oh yeah, the so-called New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you, man. Uh, it's been wild for me over here. Yeah, I'm trying to fight this fatigue. I apologize for that. But you know, that's the thing about this content creation. You think about it, it's like it's 4 degrees to 16 where I'm at. Yeah, mine's like 30 something degrees, and it was 13 this morning. It was like that last night and then early this morning because I went to bed kind of late. Um, I was watching the game, the Nuggets and the what you call it, the Sixers. It's 34 degrees right now, but it'll be 21 tonight. Yesterday was in the teens, no windshield and all this other stuff, but it goes to show you that the world has changed and it's in a bigger place than it has ever been before. Uh-oh. Travis Kelsey reacts to Lil Wayne's calling his team. I just talked about this. The cheating ass Chiefs. They mad about that Houston game. Well, Houston beat themselves. The latest episode on New Heights podcast, releasing Wednesdays, January 2nd, the NFL 35 and his brother Jason Kelsey shared his thoughts on the rapper's lesser than positive reaction to the Kansas City Chiefs win after their their latest playoff game, but the whole world was talking about something else during the game. But I'm sure you saw some of this. But they are complaining about the refs again. Trav, former Philadelphia Eagles center Jason 37 said on the podcast. Even Little Wayne wrote on social media, and that's what they use. I like to say network, but I hate the cheating. I hate the cheating ass Chiefs. And with two Z's, but Jason added to which Travis responded using proper rapper's nickname. Shouts out to Tunchi Man. He said that's probably called a tweet, but it's actually X. But this comes from the after fans and even players criticized the refs for making several controversial calls during the Chiefs game against the Houston Texans during their latest AFC divisional game on Saturday. But January 18th, according to ESPN and Fox, Texans defense received penalties on two separate occasions for contact with the Chiefs quarterback. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, which helped extended Chiefs drives and helped propel them to a 23-14 victory against the Texans to ESPN. But one fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, in response to the penalty, one penalty that refs are ridiculous. How is it a flag on the Texans? Holmes slid way too late. Awful. And another shared photo. Red flag. Yeah, they've always gonna complain about the refs. They've been doing that since I was in the workplace and prior to that. The refs didn't have nothing to do with that. The Texans beat themselves. Even if without the refs, they still would have lost. But they won now. And talking about the Chiefs and all that. Texas coach Demeco Ryans echoed his sentiments in the post game interview and ESPN. We going into this game, man. It was us versus everybody. When I say everybody, if everybody's knowing that going into this game, what we're up against, we couldn't make mistakes when we made. As for Travis, he also contributed heavily to the Chiefs win on Saturday, which he did. I saw the game and all this stuff. Everybody's tripping off of that, you know. But see what you get. Oh, it's an hour. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, it's been real, y'all, man. Hey, what's going on? Salute, salute. But yeah, like the NFL, like this is the time of the year, and I think the playoffs and then the Super Bowl, everybody acts crazy around this the end of the month because see February the Super Bowl be on what on the 9th, and this month will be the 26th. Yeah, it's 22nd. Yeah, can't wait for Sunday, but this week is gonna be crazy. I just want to speak my mind. Yeah, we talked about Trump's little inauguration. We talk about interesting times and TikTok being back. Not surprised. Everybody's still gonna do TikTok content to react to, like as usual, talking about females as usual. Everybody's stuck on that. And I get it. I get it. It's a cash cow. But if you want something better, MABW is the only guy that talks about it and have balance. He had this woman named Jess. She was currently like a stripper, but it did nice interview though. She's decent. But she'll end up being a reformer at best. Ain't nobody want to marry that. So you know how that goes. Like when you get into these motions, you understand what the big picture is like for these relationship content hosts. They gotta have something to talk about, or else they'll be stale. There's other things to talk about. I've been focusing on this game called what Outriders. I just done with two classes. Now working on the third class, Pyromancer, on the story, and I'm gonna really complete that. I'm having a good time and everything else. So with that, that's what I've been doing. I've been chilling, laying in the cut, just mind my business, making this bread, do what I have to do. So with that, salute to everybody, to Nomadic, Degenerate, APTV, salute to y'all and Khalil. And it's been real, man. Like it's been real over here. Yeah, trying to get just this new laptop and in Tampa, of course. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to everybody. You know, it's been a long one, getting used to it. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend all day because I ain't trying to doze off and get knocked out over here. So with that, until next time, signing off. And yes, I'll drop a recording, talk about a little bit of current events, but a little politics there and there, see where the future goes, and talk about these YouTube spaces and all that. So with that, until next time, signing off. Shalom to the people of Israel, to the Gentiles. Until next time, signing off and I'm out.